So today I had no cake in the house, sad times. No cake even in the freezer to defrost. So I've gone for a pancake because it's kind of brunch time at the time I'm recording this. So I have done one of my Nutella and banana and strawberry and nut pancakes. So I will I think I might have showed you this before. I probably need to build up some more recipes, but it is my go-to, and yeah, it's going to be great after last week's terrible hot cross bun episode. I also have some mindful moments tea. I'm not sure it makes me especially mindful, but it is quite tasty. It's like chamomile and lemon balm and passion flower or something. Anyway, I'm going to tuck in, and then I'm going to tell you about my my song choice this week and why. So here we go. I'm trying to get all the good bits. So a bit of strawberry, a bit of banana. I don't know if you can see that. That's literally one of my favourite all-time breakfasts. And it's also really healthy because it's got a portion of strawberries, a portion of banana. That's 2 of my 5 a day. And it's got some nuts for some protein and fat, very important. And some Nutella for deliciousness. And pancakes. I love pancakes. I could eat pancakes every day. So I'm going to finish this delicious pancake and then I'm going to talk to you about my song. That was really good. I've actually got Nutella on my chin. Okay, as I was eating my pancake and enjoying it very much, it suddenly occurred to me that people might come at me saying, oh, it's not healthy, you don't know what you're talking about. To be clear, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a dietitian, my opinion's my own. When I say I think something's healthy, that's just me and my personal view, which I'm allowed to have, and also to just be clear that I'm not under any brand sponsorship with Nutella yet. I mean, that is my life goal, if I'm honest, and I have no interest in persuading people to eat pancakes. It's not something I'm being financially contributed in any way for. So just, not trying to sell anything, just enjoying my food. So song, I have chosen to sing Rise Up by Andra Day. Andra? I'm not quite sure how to say her name. It's a beautiful song, and it's a song that I sang at my wedding to myself. I don't know if anyone's noticed some of the posts and stories about my naming day, which was 2.5 years ago. And it was a ceremony where I celebrated my new name. So I no longer have my father's surname. I chose a different one. I chose Phoenix. And I also chose a couple of extra names. I now have 5 names, like a royal. And my naming day is kind of like a second birthday, again, like the Queen. So I clearly have delusions of grandeur. But yeah, so I had this naming day where I celebrated my new name, and I had a ceremony with my nearest and dearest. There's 10 of them, plus some children who I love, and my goddaughter, my nephews, my niece. And it was just a small little gathering, and we did it outside, and it rained, and it was a beautiful day. And at the end of the food, at the end of the meal, I stood up and I sang Rise Up. And at the time I was thinking very much about this new name of Phoenix and the sort of firebird element to Firebird in the Fig Tree. And I've actually spoken a bit about why I chose Firebird, as in Firebird in the Fig Tree, in my first video that I posted where I sang I'm Here from the Colour Purple, the Broadway show. So yeah, today I'm going to talk about the sort of other side of the name, which is the fig tree, and what that means to me. So it started off with Sylvia Plath's The Bell Jar. I've not actually read the whole book. I find Sylvia Plath quite depressing. I have friends who have read it and speak very highly of it, so maybe one day I'll get around to it. But the bit about the fig tree is something that's kind of widely spoken about. A lot of people know that section of the book, and it's where the character has a dream about a fig tree. And she dreams that she's looking up at the fig tree, forgive me if you already know this, and she sees all these different options, all these different choices, and she sort of feels paralysed. She doesn't know whether she wants to pick having a family, having children, whether she wants to pick having a career as a writer. She's sort of, I hope I've got this right, but she's sort of trying to decide what to do with her life, and there's just too many choices, and she feels afraid, so she doesn't choose anything. And then as she's looking up at the tree, all the fruit starts to turn brown and wither and fall to the floor, and she ends up starving. And it's like a really horrible dream. And apparently my friend Jane, who's read the book, said that when she wakes up from her dream, or I don't know if it's actually a sleep dream or a wake dream, I'm not sure, but when she sort of comes round, she realises she's just really hungry and she just needs to eat. And so my friend Jane said it's not so much about making choices as it is about taking a bite out of life. You know, sometimes you just need to go and have some food to be nourished. And that I love that. I love all the many different people who have interpreted this story, but Jane made me happy, because anyone who says it's time to eat is a good friend of mine. So yeah, that is the fig tree. Sorry, I just had a call come in I was excited about, but I think it was an accidental call. Yeah, so that's how the fig tree started off being for me, as something that I looked at and, you know, was terrified of and felt like I didn't know what to do with my life. Over time, the fig tree has sort of become something else. It's become the place of nourishment. It's become the place of support. It's become the shelter. And if I am, you know, some metaphorical firebird, every bird needs a tree, right? A tree to perch in, a tree to rest on. And when I think about who represents the tree for me, it's those people who were at my ceremony, who I sang to. It's those people who have supported me and allowed me to perch on their branches. It's those people who have kept me fed and looked after me and sheltered. And it's a very small group of people. In fact, I think 10 might have been an exaggeration. No, I think it is 10. But yeah, you know, that's still a relatively small group of family and friends in one. And I think that, yeah, for me, I am just very grateful for them, and I am enjoying being a firebird who has a fig tree. And yes, this song Rise Up, which is about rising again, hence the sort of imagery around firebirds and phoenixes rising from the ashes, but it's also about having each other and about that support, and that how vital a support system is. Yeah, I don't know if that made any sense at all, but that's why I picked the song, and I'm going to sing the song for you, and I hope you like it. And if the only thing that you got from it is that Nutella is the stuff of life, then, you know, I feel like I've done my job.